So in the past 3 months, I've done 1,000 minutes of meditation, ranging from 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes a day. I'm going to share specifically how this has impacted OCD and my focus. I've struggled with OCD for 10 years and found amazing ways to overcome it. And I wanted to do the meditation more because I wanted to have better attention and focus. I found that my attention and focus was just going to other places, with so many digital media things, phones, social media, fast scrolling. I found that my focus was just getting shorter. So I wanted to get better attention, specifically for work as well, to be able to do better work and be more productive. How has it impacted my life, these 1,000 minutes of meditation? Some of the positives have been I've been able to keep my attention for a lot longer, and I've been able to be more focused during work, which has been amazing because that's really helps my overall life with my purpose, with being able to make money and have that fulfillment as well of doing good work. Now, it also helps to come back to the moment, come back to what I'm doing. With OCD and intrusive thoughts, we can go off into another world of thought, into just thinking, spending so much time in here. The meditation that I've been doing, it's more focusing on your breath, and whenever you go into thinking, then you catch that and come back to the breath. So it's just doing that over and over again. A lot of people have this thought as well that meditation, I'm not good at meditation, or I can't stop my mind from thinking, but that's the whole thing. My mind, keeps going in the meditation, and then I catch it, come back to the breath, and I can focus on that more. And then it goes off into a thought, and then I come back. So it's just training to come back. A key one that I've really learned on this journey is about compassion with my own mind. This is super key for OCD and intrusive thoughts, because I could be so hard on myself, specifically in the beginning of really struggling with these thoughts. And, why am I thinking that? I'm a bad person. And that just gives fuel to the fire. And it just makes that fire just burn even brighter when you say you're a bad person, and you're basically adding another level of stress onto yourself. Because you've got this one layer of just these thoughts coming in, and most normal people just let them come in and let them go. Everybody gets weird, intrusive thoughts. But then if you're struggling with OCD, you can say you're a bad person, and you're adding another layer of difficulty. You're adding more energy to that thought. And I say, it's just like this massive fire burning. And so to not put any fuel on that fire is to be compassionate with yourself. Like other normal people do. And I say normal, people that aren't struggling with OCD, we're all normal, and we're all a bit different too, which is great. But people that don't struggle with OCD will just let it go. So it's retraining that compassion with the mind. And I've really found with the meditation as well is I go into thoughts, and instead of bringing my mind back to the breath abruptly or strongly, I just do it more compassionately and slowly. And so if you can imagine yourself now just focusing on your breath, just one breath come in, breath go out is 2. And then you go off into a thought, any type of thought, and then you catch yourself, I'm thinking about what I'm having for dinner. I'm supposed to be meditating and focusing on my breath. Okay, gently come back to the breath instead of like, I'm shit at this. I always do this. Why am I always in thought? Or why am I thinking that bad thought? Just gently coming back. So that has been something that has been really helpful. And I've been using the Headspace app specifically. And they talk about that in there is, just bringing yourself back gently to the moment. I also think it's been a great way to be more present in daily life and conversations, and I said in the work that I'm doing as well, because I'm just starting my day with that meditation, with the focus, and then it helps to spill over and train that. Whatever we train, it's like training football. You train something a lot and you're going to get better and better at it. So you train being present and focusing on the breath, you're going to get better and better. Now, what are the negatives though? Well, there was a time period where I was like, oh man, I'm focusing more on my heart, and I thought I had more of like this sensory hyper focus on my body, and I was wondering if I was doing too much meditation, and that was just giving me more awareness on my body because I was focusing on my heart a bit for like a few days. But then I realized that was more because I was having too much caffeine, and I was probably just more aware of my body, and yeah, I could feel the heart beating. And it's just another thing to train and let go of. Yes, I needed to cut down the caffeine, but also letting those sensations be there. If we have hyper focus with OCD on different parts of our body, then just letting those sensations be there as best we can and training that. It's like a training ground. I try to not get annoyed about it because that's, again, just adding fuel to the fire, and just letting those sensations be there. However, I do think that it may not be the best thing for OCD to meditate too much for myself, because it could just add more to that hyper focus on the body. So I cut it down from about 20 minutes, and then I did 10. Now I'm back on 15. I think that's the sweet spot for me, just a bit of meditation during the day to help train that focus and have the positive effects. But if I do too much, maybe it can, as I say, be a bit too much for hyper focusing on different things. So if you could hit the like button and subscribe, I'm gonna share as well at the 2,000 minute mark of how the journey's been going, how it's going for my focus, how it's going for the OCD as well. And have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Much love.